Hey guys, Iceberg, and today I just want to make a short video about the upcoming 12.14 patch with the nerfs to Gangplank that are going to be within them. Then a little bit of testing on the PBE, and I just want to kind of go over some talking points and get some discussion going in the comments to see what this is going to change about the champ. And when this video goes live, I will be live on my Twitch, which the link will be down in the description below, and I'll be on the PBE testing some more different builds and things like that. Just wanted to get some discussion going and see where the champ's going to go from this. So let's just jump straight into it. The biggest hits I feel of this patch is definitely the early game nerfs, and this is going to sound a little bit like a shopping list here, but all the early GP nerfs include 25 health nerfed off the corrupting potions, 2% missing health and mana nerfed off biscuits if you want those, and then in terms of GP himself, he's losing 40 base health and 3 base armor. He is getting more health growth, but that's not going to even out until after laning phase. Key base damage is going to be down 10 early on. That will even out level 5, but it's still going to be nerfed a little bit those first 4 levels. As well as the E base damage is also going to be nerfed by 5, as well as the slow being nerfed by 10% early on. This game in particular, I was against an Akali in the mid lane. She did good D-shield in second win, but that's usually what I see him take now when I face off against them in the mid lane. But nonetheless, I could definitely feel a difference in the early damage as well as the early sustain, because that corrupting nerf, that's 75 HP you're losing effectively because of the corrupting nerf. And you're definitely going to have to be careful if your mid lane, a lane like a Victor or an Ahri, or maybe top lane something like a Fiora or one of those range tops. You're definitely going to have to be very careful because you've got less power to trade back with, and you've got less utility to heal up with after a trade. Moving on to the late game, the only major nerf we have here is the crit amp damage on barrels from 125% nerf down to 110%. And just for a little bit more insight on that, basically your crit barrels are going to go from 268% damage down to 237% damage if you have Infinity Edge. But other than that, it's mainly buffs across the board. Like we talked about, we get some extra Q and E base damage. We also get some more health growth, as we just mentioned before, as well as the crit change now to the passive as well, where based on your critical strike chance, you can get up to 250 more damage on your passive burn. That pretty much covers all the changes that are happening to Gangplank and leads me to the main point of this video and the discussion of builds. I think it's pretty clear that Riot is kind of trying to shoehorn us into going crit more than bruiser, with the extra crit incentives on the slow of the barrels as well as the passive burn. And I don't think the main build will change that much. I think it'll stay as the Essence Reaver, Prowler's Claw, or Duskblade build that it has been for a long time now. And I think one of the main things that will change is going to be selling boots for a 6th item, because with the added incentive to go even more crit now, as I said, on the passive burn and the barrel slow, and as well as the changes recently to the Prowler's Claw and Duskblade mythic passive, where you get 5 move speed per other legendary item, it makes a lot more sense now, and it's a lot more viable to sell those boots for a 6th item, so you get that added benefit of having that 20% extra crit. You can see here I've cut to a point in the game where I did sell boots for a 6th item. You can see with no other move speed buffs on me, I'm at 396 move speed. So obviously a very effective 6th item build, and you're not slowing yourself too down by selling boots. So I think this is going to be the way to go. In terms of what exact item to go, I would say Navori Quickblades is going to be your best option. It's already 110% gold efficient just based on the stats alone, and at that point in the game, if you're buying its 6th item, you're going to be always benefiting from that passive of lowering your cooldowns for your critical strikes. So I see it as the best option. I myself personally don't value attack speed very much, and I think Grievous is in a pretty weak spot right now. So things like Phantom Dancer and Mortal Reminder don't really jump out to me as the go-to 6th item. As for Trinity Force builds, I'm not too experienced with those myself, as I usually play mid lane and just go Essence Reaver most games, but I would imagine those would stay pretty similar as well, going into a Collector or LDR 2nd item, or even maybe a Navori Quickblades 2nd item, which I've seen Cloud9 do in pro play, and it seems like a good option into those tankier teams. But like I said, I'm not too experienced with those, so drop some suggestions or comments below about what that build may look like, and maybe some other builds. Maybe there is a bruiser build that could work where you incorporate some critical strike as well, or maybe there's some changes to that Essence Reaver Prowler's Claw build, because I know a lot of people aren't big fans of those and like to complain about those first time GPs that build that int because Solar Baka told them to. So leave some comments below about the builds, what you think about the nerfs. I'll see you guys next time.